Welcome to Mommy Issues, a podcast where an ex-reality TV star mom
and her reality TV loving daughter
bridge the gap between their generations through celeb news, all things Bravo,
and their own personal mommy issues. Hello.
Hi.
How you feeling?
Better, much better. We got to get to this because I'm a single mom today and my baby naps for literally 40 minutes. So
okay, let's do it.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome
to Mommy Issues.
To Mommy Issues. Let's start with highlights and lowlights.
Highlights and lowlights. My lowlights is that I was sick this week as a dog. It was my birthday and I spent it horizontal in bed. I was practically unconscious. I did not even respond to any happy birthday messages until the next day. And my highlight is that tonight is the premiere of Yellowstone. And
oh my God, really?
I am just obsessed with that show. It's a 2-hour
oh my
special,
God.
So
do you know what's crazy? When God, I don't remember when this was exactly, but we watched Yellowstone, like we binged it. And we didn't finish the last 3 episodes, which we do this a lot. Like we'll binge and then towards I have finale phobia. It's a thing. It's like you're like, oh, I don't want to finish it because it's too good, whatever. And then we just forget. And now we never finished it.
You know what? I'm jealous of anybody that's never seen it because you get to watch the whole thing. But
yeah, that's true.
You know what? Yesterday I binged something like all 6 episodes called The Devil's Hour. And I was so fucking pissed off when it was over because
it was
have you ever seen it was a colossal waste of time because I hate when do you remember when you were little that I used to joke around about the giant squid? So there was this thing. Oh shit, sorry, did I lose you?
No.
Why don't I see you?
I don't know,
hold on,
but I see you.
Okay. So I was one day in one of my, whatever, insomnia nights, I was up and it was in the other house and I was downstairs and I was watching this documentary about the giant squid. And I love everything about the ocean and, the deeper it gets, the creepier it is. And I love it. And I'm watching it. And so each minute, it's like a 3-hour thing. Each minute they get closer to discovering the giant squid and you see like things that you think and shadows and whatever, and at the end of 3 hours and it's 4:30 in the morning, the guy goes, alas, the giant squid continues to elude us. And I wanted to throw shit at the TV. And so this was kind of like the giant squid.
Yeah,
like you don't know what the fuck happened, whatever, and it's 6 hours of my life that I'll never get back. And I was just I finished at like 2 a.m. and Ken says I was just walking around the house like murmuring something about a squid. And he's wondering what this had to do with the squid. So yeah, I was pissed.
Oh, that's so annoying.
Yeah.
That's the
alas, the giant squid continues to elude us. Motherfucker, you made like a 7-part series on a giant squid that doesn't exist.
That's how they get you.
Who green-lighted that?
Here's the thing.
Green-lighted that?
Don't you feel like the only like real documentary type of show that had like the most incredible ending where you feel like this sense of relief of like, oh, this was all worth it was, I forgot what it's called. What's it called?
Oh, nice.
The Robert Durst documentary where he says at the end, the final scene is like, I killed them all thing.
Oh yeah, exactly.
That is like,
all right, because everybody wants a smoking gun. I mean,
everybody wants a smoking gun, but also every single documentary like that up until that point was like, we know at the end of this, it's like, yes, you want it, but he's not going to admit
they're just going to go allegedly, whatever.
But to get that hot mic moment, he was the Lisa Barlow of murderers.
I don't even know what Lisa Barlow is. Like, I mean, I know who she is, but I'm so uninterested. Well, listen, the smoking gun is something that we all want, but there are two. First of all, my favorite thing in the world to watch is true crime, right? Anything true crime.
Yeah, you like a true crime. That's so not my vibe.
I just think I would be amazing at CSI, like I think that I would be an incredible investigator. But there's 2 kinds of serial killers, the kind that think, what the fuck, I'm already doing, 15 consecutive life terms. Why should I admit to anything else? What am I going to get in return? Well, nothing. You murdered 7,000 people. And then there's the other one that just wants to clear their conscience. It's like, I've got nothing to lose. Yeah, this is where the bodies are buried, you know? And so if you can have respect for a serial killer, I certainly have more respect to the ones that can give the family of the victims closure. So any of you serial killers listening out there,
Oh my
you know,
God. We
do
have a
the
lot
right
of
thing.
serial killer
Yeah.
listeners.
Do the right thing.
Do
you
the
know?
right thing.
Do the right thing. Just tell people where the bodies are buried.
Yeah. Like the patient where he's like, I know how important it is for you to know where the body is. Oh, I can't. That show is so good.
That show is amazing. Amazing.
To feel sympathy for a killer.
Yeah.
You did good.
Yeah.
You did good, kid.
But yeah.
Okay.
Well, your highlights and lowlights. We know last week you told us you were sick and so tired and you couldn't even carry Lola. Turns out
I got COVID.
For the first time
this
ever.
was my first time getting COVID. They used to say that really beautiful people don't get COVID. I believe that was true until I got COVID.
Listen, I got COVID and okay, well that doesn't apply.
That's what Jolene said. He goes, because he's still like, obviously I've been wearing a mask around the house. I've been very careful. Lola and Jolene have been testing negative. I'm fine now, whatever. But when I was like sick in bed, I had said last week on the podcast that John Liam was like really sick, like a month ago at this point, and tested him for COVID, didn't have it, whatever. He was just like sick. And I was telling him, like, after one of my really rough nights of COVID, which was like Monday night, it was like brutal. It was fever, muscle aches, stuffy nose, it was everything all at once.
Right.
And then he came into the room and he was like, how are you feeling? And I'm like, you do not want this. Like, we need to be very, very careful. And I told him everything. I'm like, it was the worst night of my life. And then he just paused and he was like, I bet it wasn't worse than my cold.
Whatever.
Okay.
Listen, it's not that he doesn't want to get COVID. It's that you don't want him to get COVID.
No,
because
I don't.
Imagine. Exactly. No. I get it.
Please, no, I want him to get COVID so that
no,
he
you don't.
can suffer.
No, you don't. Because
no,
I'm
I'm
gonna
kidding.
do shit, and it's like, oh my God, and it's worse, and I'm dying, and
it's
whatever.
Also, it's just like, what an annoying thing. I am so diligent about my mask. Like, I know he wouldn't be as crazy as I am about wearing the mask 24/7. Like,
no.
Whatever. So I don't want him to get it.
No, he believe it or not, in a bad mood.
Believe it or not, that's not my low light.
Oh, okay.
I have a low light that's gonna piss you off too.
Oh God.
So last week, I'm not gonna name names, but I had a friend come over who basically went to a friend's birthday party. This was a baby's first birthday party. This is a friend, like the parents of this baby are very close with John Liam, like very close. And I know the girl, whatever. She's a friend, whatever. We've known them for a long time. A first birthday party. Lola was not invited. We were not invited. And like, let me tell you something. This is not like, I assure you that this wasn't just like, oh, whoops, we forgot. People who don't have kids were invited. Like,
okay,
so I wasn't annoyed. Like, I was not annoyed about, oh, me and John Liam were excluded. You excluded a baby. And like, this is like a part of like the group that we're in of like, and this is the thing that I've been afraid of since the beginning of like, I've told John Liam this of when we have kids, like we're not super, super intertwined into like this friend group, you know, like we don't see them 24/7. Like we hang out when there's like a birthday and this and that. But like if that happens with our kid, like if the kid is not a part of this group, it's gonna fucking piss me off. And I seriously started crying when I found out that we weren't invited.
Let me ask you a question. How ugly is the kid that had the birthday party?
No, it's not that, mommy. It's not about that. It's not. And it's also, the kid is so fucking cute. It's not about that. It's being excluded is fucked up.
There's a reason. There's a reason.
Okay, but it's not because, oh, they're jealous of how pretty you are. That's stupid.
What? How many times have you been excluded from stuff?
It's a baby. Oh, I'm telling you,
it's a baby. It's a baby. It's an extension of you.
Okay.
I'm telling you, there could be some truth to it.
It's not, I'm assure you, it's not that. It's just, it makes me very, very upset that somebody would do that. And I'm unfortunately incredibly petty, and that baby will not be coming to Lola's first birthday party.
Oh no.
And that sucks because
No, I don't know. I don't know.
I know that's what John Liam said. He's like, no,
Oh, I
we
don't
will
know. I think you
invite
should.
the
You know,
kid
you have a
because
daughter now, and honestly, the view is so much prettier from the high road. It really
I
is.
know, but it just hurt me so much.
I know. But there, first of all, what have I always told you? And this relates to this very much. Does this have anything to do with you? The reason that you weren't invited and that Lola was invited, it's not about you. It has zero to do with you. It may not be the reasons that I'm saying,
Yeah.
but I promise you, guaranteed that it's nothing about you and it's nothing that you did. It's some issue the mom has or the dad has or something within themselves that's keeping them from inviting you. Maybe the mother hasn't bounced back so well from her pregnancy. Maybe
Oh my God.
she has postpartum depression. Maybe
It's a
she has.
1-year-old baby.
You have postpartum depression. Sometimes it doesn't start
She's
till 6
fine.
months.
I assure you she's fine. I know her very well. This is what I'm
She
saying. This
doesn't
is
like
not
you.
a random person. This is somebody we know very well who has been incredibly nice forever up until this point. And now I'm just like, okay, fuck you. But yeah, John Liam is like, we will be inviting him to the
I think you should.
birthday because whatever. But
And
yeah,
when we're there at Lola's first birthday, I'll take care of it.
yeah, so annoying. So that's my low light. And then my highlight is Lola is like kind of sort of sleeping through the night at this point. So I'm getting a lot more sleep. Not sleeping through the night. Like I say that as if it's like I'm not getting up in the middle of the night to feed her at like 2 or 3 a.m.
Yeah, but
But
she's
getting up
sleeping longer.
once
Yeah.
is different than
That's a
getting
big
up 3
deal.
times. Yeah. So that's really good.
Okay.
Very exciting. Okay, let's get into some gossip.
When you have a chance, send me a picture of the mom and the baby we were talking about. Just send me a
No,
fucking picture. What is it to you? What is
because
it to you?
I know you and like I just
If I have nothing, if what you're saying is true, I have nothing to say about it, just send me a picture.
okay.
I'm not going to show it to anybody.
Okay.
Speaking of pictures, you're going to die.
What?
We went to Ken's storage unit yesterday. And you know that Ken, I don't know how many people know this, but Ken was a model in
This is
Milan.
my mom's boyfriend, Ken.
Yes. When he was younger, he like modeled for Irene Marie. He modeled for what do you call it? Wilhelmina, and he modeled for Ford. Okay. So I found one of these things, right? You've seen this picture before,
Oh
right?
my God. He looks so much like Jake.
Oh God, not at all. And then there's this picture.
Oh my God.
But wait.
Wow. Oh.
Hello?
Oh my God.
Do you know what I think? This guy would have never dated me.
That's not true.
This guy here would have never dated me.
That's not
Dude.
true. But he looks fine. Fine as hell.
Fine as hell. Look at this. That's an Armani ad. I mean, already this is gorgeousness.
I'm not he looks like Jake there. I know you don't want to believe it, but he does.
Not at all. But anyway.
Wow. You should frame that for him.
Hell no. He's super embarrassed about it. But I mean, like the Speedo is like high cut.
Yeah, you know? Of course. It was like the 90s, right? 80s, 90s?
I don't know, but it's so bad.
Okay, let's get into some gossip. So we talked about the Selena Gomez documentary last week. Did you watch it?
No.
Okay, well, this is interesting. So there was, I think this was a Variety article where she talked about like her only friend in the industry was Taylor Swift. Like, which is not true. I think she just meant it on like a higher level, like my big celebrity friend, because she's saying like, you know, I don't really get along with a lot of people, blah, blah, blah. So the girl Francia, you know how she Selena Gomez has lupus and she had to have a kidney transplant. One of her friends, Francia, who is actually an actress who's known, gave her a kidney because she was a match or whatever. Gave her a kidney. And so E! News tweeted out like the quote of like, my only friend in the industry is Taylor Swift.
What the hell?
And then this girl like retweeted it and or commented saying like, interesting. And then like deleted the comment, obviously, because she, I guess, whatever, there was so much drama around it. But
wow.
I know.
Everything in the world is the thankless job, even donating a
Even
kidney.
donating
I
a
don't
kidney.
even, I 100% guarantee you that none of my friends would ever donate a kidney to me. Not one, not a one.
Are you sure?
100%.
That's kind of sad.
It is sad.
I would donate a kidney.
You would, but I don't know that any of your friends would donate a kidney to you. Maybe Jackie, maybe.
Yeah, well, that's the only person I would donate a kidney to, probably.
Right. And then, you or Gotti or, vice versa or whatever, but nobody else would donate. No.
I also think like that Selena Gomez documentary started being filmed in 2016. Like this was before her kidney transplant, you know? Like why wasn't that girl a part of the documentary? Like if I got a kidney from a friend, I would like name my child after them.
I know.
She saved her life.
Selena's kind of like a bitch, think about it. How can you be so, it's awful. It's awful. She should have included her in everything in her life. She would not be there. She wouldn't be doing the documentary. She wouldn't even have the opportunity to be best friends with Taylor Swift.
No, it's true.
She'd be on fucking dialysis. She couldn't go to any award ceremonies. She couldn't do anything.
Yeah,
she is an ungrateful bitch. Now I really hate her.
Oh my God.
We shouldn't even talk about her. She should be banned from. No, she should be banned from our podcast, just like Kanye, whose name we'll never say again, except right now that I said his name.
Okay, well, I didn't think it was that intense, but
what?
I mean, I mean, like she said that my only friend in the industry is Taylor Swift when that's not true. She has other friends in the industry. I think she meant it on like a grand scale, like Taylor
You're
Swift.
defending her.
I'm just saying. I watched the documentary and there was just like a lot of stuff there, and I think she just deals with a lot of demons. So
I think the documentary was another vanity project to talk about how real she is and how she shares all her freaking issues and all this stuff. It's too planned. It's too whatever.
All documentaries like that for an actress, for a singer, it's propaganda. We've talked about this.
Yeah, well, whatever.
But man, she hooked me because look at me defending her. I don't know.
Yeah,
but I do agree that she should be like.
No, that's indefensible, Beva. Yeah. It is indefensible. Like, man, I've heard you defend people over the years that later on you realize, well, I should have defended them.
Like who? Okay.
I mean, I'm just going to give you the look.
Okay, fine.
You know who it is. I mean, come on. So this is, obviously this doesn't affect us directly, but it's very, very, it speaks volumes about her as a person.
Okay, fine. It's fucked up. I can agree with that. It's fucked up.
Now that's my love life.
Okay, relax. Did you read the J-Lo Vogue article that came out this week? No, you didn't.
You know what?
Well, you've been sick.
I watched.
And you also don't like J-Lo?
I know. I like J-Lo sometimes. I think J-Lo's so hot. I love, how I love what she's. I don't know. She's done so much to represent Latinas, but she's a hard worker. She has, but I'm saying, okay, so I find her not to be balanced. For me to look up to a person, there has to be this kind of balance within everything, within who they are, right? So the talent is there, the work ethic is there big time. She's a good mother, she's a good, she loves her family or whatever, but what a fucking mess she is with men. You know what I mean? Oh, and okay, fine, we don't have to be perfect, but I don't love that about her. I think.
Do you think that she has it figured out now?
No. Oh, hell no. No. It's a un desastre. No.
With Ben?
Oh my God. Yes, that's not going to last. Not even like maybe, through this Christmas, next Christmas. Yeah, that's over. Ben is sitting there going like, man, Jennifer Garner was so cool, so real, so chill. I should have stayed with her. Huh?
I think you're wrong.
Well, you always think I'm wrong, but I'm usually right.
Okay, well, whatever. In the Vogue article, apparently she talks about how when she posted that they got married, she signed it Miss Affleck. And she got shit for it because people were like, I can't believe in this age of feminism, you took his last name.
Oh, I think that's ridiculous.
And I wanted to ask you, like, what do you think about taking a man's last name in marriage?
I think that is such a personal opinion. I mean, such a personal decision. And I don't think I don't think you lose yourself by taking somebody else's last name. I think a lot of people like to have the same last name as their husband. It makes them feel very connected. I think a lot of men love when their wife takes their name, and some women do it to make the husband feel good. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And a lot of women like to have the same last name as their children, which makes perfect sense as well. So I think sometimes keeping your own name in certain circumstances, it's important, I think to because if you've already been known as one thing, like J Lo,
Right.
what are you gonna do now?
Well, that's the thing. She was like, I'm still J Lo, but
Right, right,
I'm Miss Affleck.
right.
That's my last name.
And that's fine. I think that's cool. I think that everything that we do, we've taken too far, too far. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Listen, I
feminism too
agree.
far.
I also don't believe that taking the last name of your husband, of your partner, of whatever is a feminist point. And like, I've gotten shit for this as a 31-year-old millennial who lives in a very like open state, and where none of my friends who are married have taken their partner's last name. And I've gotten shit of like, why would you do that? Like, and it's like, because I want to be on the same team. You know what I mean? Like I want all of
Right,
us to
exactly. We're
with the
like we're a
jersey with the
team.
same name on the back.
Absolutely.
And like
Absolutely.
there's
I don't know.
nothing wrong with that.
I've
And that doesn't make
always,
me a bad feminist.
of course not. Listen, I've always, one of my favorite things, I get the New York Times on Sundays, and one of my favorite things is reading the vows section, right? And I love reading about, uh, uh whatever, Melanie and Peter met in Dartmouth, in their second year. She was studying, healthcare, and he was getting his MBA and whatever. She is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Redding from Pennsylvania, and he is the son of,
Okay.
Morton and Abigail from Newport, Rhode Island. And they're
Get to the
moving
point.
into they're
Get to
moving
the
into
point.
they're moving into a 2-story duplex on the Upper East Side, and the wife will be keeping her name, or the wife will be taking the husband's name. I love that. I don't
They
even
say
care.
that? They say that on
Yeah,
the thing?
absolutely. In the New York Times, and it's so cool. Like, it's just a part of it that makes me laugh. You know what I mean? I love
That's
reading
really
the whole
funny.
thing, and the parents, where they come from, and whatever, and where they met, and their story. And it always says she's keeping her name or she's taking her husband's name. And I never feel one way or another about
Yeah,
it. I
you
just
just
like
like
to
reading
know.
it.
Like, yeah, I like to
That's
know about it.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't think it's like such a big deal. And I think we need to like stop making people feel bad about things that, yes, are rooted in tradition and may be stemming from the patriarchy. But if I choose to do something, it doesn't make it, I don't know. It's just, it's not that
Well,
big of a deal.
that is a breath of fresh air. That is a breath of fresh air. And I think that is where we're headed. And I would, I hope
It's
that
the
moms and
pendulum
daughters
swinging right
listen to
back in the
us.
middle.
Right, because I believe that a lot of people my age are fucking sick and tired of, the whole woke thing. It's okay to be woke. It's
Sleepy.
okay.
You can be
But
sleepy. You can be sleepy
you
instead
could
of
be a
woke.
little bit drowsy. You know what I mean? You could be a
Yeah,
little bit
you
drowsy
can be drowsy on some issues.
on some
Like
issues. And I think
not
we've seen
everything
now.
has to be like I'm
We've talked
picketing
about this
outside
before.
of your
Right.
door and I'm sleeping outside until it changes. It's like
Right. I think that
relax.
we've seen things that are worthy of complete cancellation, and
Yes.
things that are not worthy, and that maybe we overshot. And
And that
so,
maybe are just a personal choice. Like a personal
yeah.
choice has been rendered obsolete because it's like, well, no, because it's bad. It's like, well, to me, it's not bad. And it's not.
But I mean, it's so funny. The other day, John Liam was playing with Lola, and you sent me the video, and he is trying to make Lola laugh. And he's going and he's making all these words, and he goes, people would probably think this is appropriating, but whatever. And the kid is looking at him, and it's like, the fact that he even has to say that saddens me. You
Yeah,
cannot make voices and whatever
I
with your
know.
kids. You want to be able to read them a story and be the pirate and be the Irishman and be, Sombrita from, or whatever. And you're going to change your voices because your kids want that and you're worried about appropriating.
Just to be
That's
clear,
fucked up.
just so like this is unfortunately something I have to say. Jolene was being Mario from It's a Mario, and he thought it was appropriating. He wasn't like, you know, it wasn't that big of a deal. But yes, it's like
I don't
sad.
even, right. And you couldn't even tell what he was appropriating because, by the way, his accents are
Yeah,
terrible.
they're pretty bad,
But
but they
she
make
thought
her
it was
laugh.
funny. Yeah,
They make her
she
laugh.
thought it was funny. She did laugh.
The most important thing that I read from that Vogue article with JLo though was the interviewer was like setting the scene, and it was like she eats her oatmeal with brown sugar and cinnamon and almond milk, and I was like, that's what I have every single morning.
Yeah,
Like
what the fuck?
literally
Do you ever make overnight oats?
always. But like now that it's cold, I like them hot. And it takes 2 seconds to make, but that's my breakfast part one. Because I
Right.
wake up early and then after I'll have like an eggs and bacon thing. But I always have oatmeal with brown sugar and cinnamon. And I'm like, am I J-Lo? The answer is yes. Okay, speaking of another Jennifer Aniston did an article for Allure. Did you see at least the photos?
Yeah, yes. I saw.
Holy moly, she
Yeah.
looks insane. But in there for the first time ever, she talked about how she had struggles trying to get pregnant and that she tried IVF. And like
With who? With the husband now?
I
Not with Ben.
no, she doesn't have a husband anymore. Justin Thoreau, I think, is when she tried to do it. Hello.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. Okay.
Distraction.
So she had a, yeah.
She tried IVF, and she talks about like how it was crazy how everywhere she would go there was like newsstands saying like, is she pregnant or this or that, she can't get pregnant. She's like, the first time she ever talked about like, I was trying everything. She's like, I tried Chinese teas, I tried IVF. It just like, and now she said she's at a point in her life where she feels so much relief, like being in her, I think she's in her 50s, where she's like, I don't even have to worry about that anymore. Like, there's no like potential for that ever happening for her, like for her to carry her own kids at least, that there's a sense of relief in that. And I felt like so sad that
Yeah.
she had to go through that.
Yeah, but if I think that had she really wanted a child and had she really wanted to be a mother, she would have adopted.
No, for
There's a lot
sure.
of kids in this world that need, and so, if you really, really want to be a parent, you really want to be a mother, but it's gotta, come out of you, then you don't really want to be a mother more than anything in the world. Honestly, I could never have been childless. It's just not for me. I thank God that I was able to have children, but had I not been able to, I would absolutely have adopted children.
Yeah. But do you think that if she would have adopted, it would have given Angelina Jolie vibes? She was just like, I don't want to.
That's ridiculous.
No,
if
I
she,
know, I'm
the
kidding.
fact that she would worry about that is also more evidence that she didn't really care about being a mother.
Oh,
So
she didn't. I'm making that up. I don't
no,
think she actually
I
worried
know,
about
but
that.
I'm saying if she were to worry about that, that would be more evidence of that. So
But some people just want their own children biologically,
okay, and that's
And I think it
fine.
was, yeah.
I am totally okay with people who choose not to have children. Totally okay with that. I think that this thing of 2.1 children and the white picket fence, that's not for everyone. And I really respect people who decide this is not for me. I'm not going to do it. Or you know what? I'm too selfish, or I want to travel the world, or I don't think I would be a good parent because my job, my whatever your reasons are, and selfishness shouldn't be one of them. It's just an example because my brother has said that. It's like, I'm too selfish to be whatever.
But that's good. At least you're
and I think,
self-aware, and
right,
and you're not putting a kid through your bullshit just because you thought you had to
being
have
neglected.
One.
Right. So what's her name? Demi Moore. She just turned 60.
Unreal.
Okay. Have you seen her just turned 60 picture? Like pictures and stuff? See if you find it.
I saw Gwyneth Paltrow posted a photo of her and just like her skin. I was like, how?
So, I wanted to talk about this being a woman of a certain age, not 60. But close, right? she looks so incredible, right? And
She
it
does.
and it gives you this, it cements the idea that age is just a number,
Mm.
right? But there's a part of it that makes you feel bad. And then there's a lot of women out there that look at that, who are 60 years old and didn't have the benefit of, personal trainers, all this stuff, a vegan chef, all this stuff. You know, how do you feel about the fact that we put so much emphasis on, wow, this is 60, and 99% of people do not look that way?
I mean, she has all, like you said, she has all the money and doctors in the world to maintain how she looks, lasers, that Botox, whatever it is, trainers. It's not like I don't think
Yeah, but what
regular
do you think
people
about the fact that
like that we're saying, oh, she's 60, wow, she looks amazing.
right?
I think it's like that's a world that we live in. Like I don't even think that's ever gonna go away. Age defines us. The way that we look defines us. Like we put such an emphasis on beauty and looks and how whatever because that's America. Like it really is. That's all we give a shit about. How good do you look? How good does your life look from the perspective of Instagram? How whatever. It's
And
this is
how do
the
you feel
reality
about
that we live
raising
in.
a daughter in that world?
I think it would be dumb to ignore that that's the
Oh,
reality.
not in ignoring it, but what
And
would
I
you
think
do to I don't know, like what lessons will you teach along the way in order for them not to, for
God,
Lola, for example, not to be as affected by
it's so
these
hard.
things as
But
you were, for
it's
example?
it's even as simple as something like how everybody will always be like, "Oh my God, she's so cute, she's so cute, she's so cute." Like we have to also be like, "You're so smart, you're so funny." Like
But of course.
combating being told over and over and over and over again, "You're so beautiful" or "You're so cute," because then you're gonna like hold on to that and think that's the only value that you have.
That happened to me with my dad, who thought that I should be in beauty pageants and things like that. And I
Yeah.
kept telling my dad, Dad, you don't understand. I'm super smart. Like
Oh,
I want
that's
to
so
be a lawyer. I
sad.
whatever. And but it's funny because there's nurture and nature and
Yeah.
nurture, and that's nature. I was born like, I know you just see me as this thing,
But
but
I have
I'm
so
so
much
much more
more.
than that. And pay attention, you'll see. And then afterwards, he was like, wow, you are,
Yeah.
and you can do anything and whatever. And he caught on really quick. But I feel a lot of people don't have that. And I think the good part about, being, in your 50s and 60s and seeing some of these women, that it's almost supernatural how good they look at their
Yeah.
age, is that when you get to a certain age, you no longer care about that stuff as much.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
for
the
me, I
yeah.
think about my cognitive abilities
That's so much
is
more
my
important.
number one thing. What can I do to make sure that I don't get Alzheimer's like my dad?
Hmm.
What can I do to stay as healthy as long as possible, to sit on the floor and play with my grandchildren, or do whatever, I want to take Lola to Paris Fashion Week. You know what I'm saying?
You've
Like,
never taken me to Paris Fashion Week.
no,
Wait, give
fuck
me
you.
one
I don't
second.
want to take you.
I have to
Okay.
grab her.
Okay.
Yeah, she slept outside, if that's what you're wondering.
She was sleeping outside?
Yeah, she wasn't sleeping in her crib, so I just put her in the stroller and then let her sleep
And you put it
outside.
outside the door?
Yep, it worked. It works a lot
What if
of the
somebody,
time. She's right here, like on the porch. Like you can't take the thing away. Um, no, I think you're right about the cognitive, like the way that you remember things is the most important thing.
what are you laughing at? What are you smiling at, my little lucky charm? What are you laughing at?
um, I also I wanted to talk about this. Have you seen Buying Beverly Hills?
Yes,
Have you watched the whole thing?
not the whole thing,
Oh,
but I've watched a couple
I-
of episodes.
it's so good to me. It's so good to me.
Why?
I'll tell you why. Because you watch also Selling Sunset, right?
I love selling something. When is that coming back?
I don't know, but Selling Sunset is great. It's another real estate show. I love looking at real estate. I love the drama of the real estate, whatever. But the drama within Selling Sunset or Selling the OC is like, who's getting the listing, or intertwining like whatever. It's just their own bullshit. What I love about Buying Beverly Hills is that it's showing how hard real estate is. It's a younger generation. You have people in their 20s who are really starting, and it's showing like it's hard to have confidence in a room and be like, it's performing. You have to memorize lines
Yeah.
of a house, and then you
But
have to perform them. That's
that game
hard.
has changed so much from when I was a real estate lawyer. You know, I did that for so long. And when I was a real estate lawyer, there were only two kinds of realtors, like really great ones and really shitty ones. There weren't really many mediocre realtors. And I think that part is still the same. But the competition now is fierce because
It's
the people that are
intense.
older and more established and really have all the, you know, just the experience and know the hurdles that come up and different things that you have to do, they're not sexy enough, they're not, appealing enough, they're not flashy enough, and these
Yeah.
kids, and they are kids, they know how to play the game.
I mean,
And huh they
some of them
do
do.
they do. You know who I think is great in the show is the daughter,
Which one?
Mauricio's real daughter,
Alexia.
Alexia.
She's so
uh
cute.
she's adorable, but she's so natural on the
She's
show.
great. And she
She's
has
great
Kyle
on the show.
Richards' voice and Kyle Richards' laugh. It is wild.
Yeah, I don't notice
If
that,
you
but
close your eyes, it's Kyle Richards. It's insane.
you can't imagine Lola. She's so interested.
um, it's so good. Also, like I was telling Jason this, that like watching Selling Sunset, it's turning on Pornhub because it's like tits up here and bodycon dresses. Buying Beverly Hills, it's like, there's like a Reformation dress here. It's a little bit more, it's
Yeah.
cooler. It's like,
Well,
we don't
I
have to
think
like
I think
dress
Kyle
like,
has everything to do with that.
yeah, probably.
Oh,
But
I'm telling you, she's,
it was wild.
yeah.
But I love the show. I love Farah. I love Farah's.
She's so pretty.
Oh, she's just like, you can tell she's kind. She's got like a kind soul, and I'm into that. She's a little robotic, but whatever. I like her.
Yeah, I don't find her to be as natural, and I don't know about kind, but why not?
Also, I don't know why I thought about this. I just watched the last episode yesterday, and Mauricio tells Alexia and Farah, like, I'm really proud of you. Or no, I think tells Alexia, like, I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of you. And Alexia in interview is like, those are like the magic words. And I just thought in my head, I'm like, I don't say that to John Liam or to you or to Kathy or whatever. I don't think
I say it to you.
people don't say that enough. And I just thought like, I need to make
Do
sure
I
to
say it
say
enough?
that.
I think I say it enough.
You do. I think you do.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I just want to, that's another thing. I'm like, I just want to make sure that I'm always telling Lola like how proud I am of
You
her.
will.
I'm
You
so
will.
proud of you.
We're so proud of you.
We're so proud of you for having a booger in your nose. Okay, let's do quiz because she's gonna start fussing.
Well, we'll talk about this next week, but Ramona's out.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. And
Thank
she
God.
said,
I'm happy
I'm
about
done.
it.
I'm done. I don't want to do it anymore, which is really funny. But anyway,
She
okay,
probably-
you go first with the quiz.
Okay. What does edging mean?
Didn't we do this already?
Did
Edging?
we? Yeah.
I don't know. No, because if we did, I don't remember.
No, I don't think we did.
Edging. Is it a sexual term?
Yes.
Yeah, but what is it with you?
It's the only thing that popped into my head because I was listening to a Blink 182 song called Edging, and I was like, that's a good one.
Okay, is edging not is something to avoid penetration?
No.
Is it having to do with man or woman scaping?
No.
Okay, what is it?
It is a method of stretching out how long it takes to reach orgasm. So it's
Wow.
like if you're about to have an orgasm, you stop yourself.
Right, but that we call that thinking about kissing your grandmother and having her slip you the tongue. You know what I mean? Or think about dead puppies or whatever.
Well, it's like a form of like foreplay.
Oh, okay.
It's not like, oh, stop because we can't right now. It's just like a form of foreplay. It's
Right,
called
right, right.
edging.
Well, and probably good for men that have premature ejaculation
Yeah,
issues.
exactly. It's probably practice
Okay.
for them. You're welcome.
What is she wearing?
Her sleep sack.
Okay. What is the euphemism?
I know what it is, but it's like
Okay.
hard to say a definition.
Okay, well, give me an example.
It's like oh, fuck.
You have no idea what it is.
But like I do,
No, you
but
don't.
I don't.
No,
A
you don't at
eu-
all.
a euphemism
Oh, you don't
is
even know how to say the word.
a euphemism is like an example. Kind of.
No, no.
It's like an anecdote. I don't know.
What is an anecdote?
It's like a story,
Right,
to give an example.
right.
Similar
Oh,
to
no.
yeah, it's an anecdote is to give an
An
example to a
anecdote is
story.
just a story, but
In relation to what we're talking about. Like, oh, let me
Okay.
tell you an anecdote
What's a
about
euphemism?
edging.
You know what? Fine. Yeah, I'm not even going to tell you. Please look it up. Euphemism. What is this? I don't know if it's new, but I think it's millennially. And I just saw it recently for the first time when people go, like, instead of okay boomer, they go okay Jan.
Okay,
You know it?
Jan? No.
Okay Jan.
What is
I
that?
love
Is it
okay
like
Jan.
okay Karen?
No, it's okay Jan.
What
It's
is that?
different.
Okay, Jan.
Jan from the Brady Bunch. Marsha,
Oh.
Marsha. Jan was always complaining, this isn't fair. This isn't
No,
what I
it's
get to do."
sure Jan, not okay Jan. It's sure Jan.
Sure, Jan. Sure, Jan.
Is used when you can easily read a family or friend for the filthy liar they are.
Right.
You say it when you obviously know they are lying, but you don't want to call them out in front of everyone. For example, that's funny. I've never heard of a George Glass at our school. Jan, I don't know what that means.
No, sure, Jan. Yeah.
Sure, Jan.
But is the reference coming from the Brady Bunch?
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
Because it was like a meme of Jan from the Brady Bunch.
Oh my God.
Who
I think
told
it's
you
so funny.
that?
I
How did
saw
you
it
find
the
that
other
one
day
out?
on social media. I saw it the other day on somebody posting somebody and they said, sure, Jan. And I thought, that's the
I
funniest
love
shit.
that.
I
Wow,
love
that
it
would have been a
too.
good one for you. And then you come through with like the answer. That would have been impressive.
I know.
So you're not going to tell me what a euphemism is?
No, I want you to learn. I really want you to understand what a euphemism is.
If you tell me, I'll remember. Like
A
I learned
euphemism
so
is
much.
an example that.
Oh, so it's an example.
No, it's not an example. It's a comparison that's something that's not so good. You make it sound a little better. Like, oh, she's not sick. She's a little under the weather.
Oh,
Or
okay. Got it. Yes.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not short. She's vertically challenged.
Okay. Yes.
You know, that's a euphemism.
I understand. Look at
Yeah, you're
Lola
not. Yeah,
in horizontal stripes. She's so brave.
she's so brave. Like Beva's not an idiot. She's just lacking in knowledge of
Yes.
some things.
Yeah.
Lola, I love you. My little lucky charm. You're magically delicious. You're magically delicious. She's so cute. Oh my God.
Nope, she has nothing to say. Of course not. She's
All
not a
right, well-
performer yet. Okay. Well, that was it. That's all we
That was
got.
it. That's all we got. Thank you for joining us. Remember to
joining us.
follow, review, subscribe to Mommy Issues.
Mommy Issues.
MAMI.
Follow
Mommy
me on
Issues Pod.
Instagram at Beba_Rod. Follow my mom on Instagram at Anna Cooks, QOOKS. And follow Mommy Issues, the pod on Instagram.
And watch us on YouTube.
Watch
'Cause
us
then
on
you get to
YouTube.
see Lola
Yeah.
and you get to see how Beva has not been trying for the last 2 weeks.
I mean, she's been sick, so she's really struggling. I'm also a single mom today. Okay, so what did you
Yes.
expect me to do? Put on a
No,
full
I didn't.
face of
I
makeup?
didn't.
I'll come
Lola,
correct next week, though.
what is going on with the hair?
I know it's wild.
Oh,
Wow.
all right. I love you.
Love you. Bye.